Thursday it is. I just wanted to come in just for a little bit. I had a few minutes to burn, and I thought, why not? I tell you, the headlines right about now, and in this 2024 year that we've just embarked upon, man, I tell you, we're looking like a winner on all fronts. I mean, first, of course, I think that this whole situation with the Epstein list and all that, I think that's going to be a nothing burger. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was going to be a nothing burger from the beginning, but I just think some people were kind of holding out for some small shred of just us. But, I've said this before, that there's just us, just us, but no just us for them. The other thing is this situation with that guy. I think there's a video that's gone quite viral with I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name. Is it Deborah Redden? This defendant out of in this 30-year-old that was in this Clark County of Las Vegas courtroom that attacked this judge. I tell you, this world. Listen, if you don't want to hold up any type of, well, no matter what you believe, if you don't want to hold any type of Gary Gage, how are you? Welcome in. If you don't want to hold any kind of mirror up to you, you better start holding something else up to your face. Some people don't like what comes back, but we live in a truly a down is up and up is down. Our society, our civilization is quite corrupt. Okay. So here's a dilemma. Here's my dilemma. Now let me know what you think in the comment section. So here's a dilemma. This guy, this Deborah Redding, 30-year-old guy with multiple offenses, multiple crimes, multiple offenses. He's gonna get some time. Meanwhile, the Epstein list and all this kind of stuff, they kept bringing that out, which I thought was gonna be a big, fat, juicy nothing burger. There's nothing gonna happen to them. In fact, hi, this Mullen Watchman and Positively Penny. Nice to see you guys. Those guys on the Epstein list will not get anything. We already had heard about the list. Okay, but it's like everything seasons and cycles. You've got another shooting out of Iowa going on. So it's funny how some of the same things keep seasoning and cycling. These shootings that keep seasoning and cycling. This footage that's gone viral with this guy out of Las Vegas in this courtroom keeps seasoning and cycling. And then the whole thing with the Epstein situation. Nothing is going to happen to these people. I'm not convinced that it is. But here's the dilemma. We're for the majority of us, whether you were born in the 70s or 80s, you were pretty much under the impression that if you did that there's some level of justice out there. Okay, we were all under I think it's just been lies. Like, I think clearly we have a two-tier justice system, and I'm gonna tell you why. Here's a guy who's doing a high jump over the freaking bench in a Clark County judge on the bench. He's gonna get some time, and rightfully so. He was gonna get it, okay? But then these crooks, these suited criminals, these elite suited criminals, they're not booted. They're not always, the enemies aren't always booted, but they're suited. They're not going to get a thing. And they probably ruined somebody's life. These are just going to be unsung victims. But this guy, he's going to get everything that's coming to him, but there's not going to be anything for anybody else. Okay? The common man, Common Core for your school, common man, common criminals. We're all going to get what's coming to us. Common plebes. We're all going to get what's coming to us. But these characters in the New York, the life of the party folks, they're not going to get a thing. So you think I'm holding my breath in 2002 for it? No, it won't happen. Not here. I don't think anything's going to happen. I don't care if shout out to AZ Infidel. Why don't they just, if they want to get through the page, that many pages so efficiently, why don't they just hire a bunch of people the people the people that they hired at the polls in 2020 to do it? Why don't they just hire them to go through the documents? I'm just serious. I mean, the sarcasm is getting thicker by the second, because I'm not convinced. So yeah, I even think even Fox News mentioned Michael Jackson. Like, of all, the late Michael Jackson has been implicated. At Fox News, I'm telling you, I cannot watch. It's like, you guys are having a big nothing burger conversation about this situation. You want to talk about Michael Jackson being there? You see what I'm saying? This is completely narcissistic. The gaslighting, even via Fox News, is incredible. You're never going to get back to the actual offense, to the crimes against humanity. You'll just keep seasoning and cycling or trying to scapegoat somebody that's already not there. Shout out to Uncool Paranoia. She's here. She says nothing will come out of this so-called. I agree wholeheartedly. I don't see it. Okay, I don't see it, and I don't know. They're not gonna. Okay, I remember there was a professor at UNLV. I bet that list is incredible, but I remember there was a professor at UNLV that he was a department chair also, and for child pornography, he ended up getting his office raided, his computer confiscated. But I bet there won't be any raids on the Clintons. There's not going to be anything like that. AZ Infidel said, Fox who? And then I even think that TRUMP's name has been mentioned in this. At first, and I've heard some people already saying it wasn't, but then I have heard it, and I almost want to think maybe it was Fox. I think it was Fox. So but why is it that it just seems like they're bringing out 2 or 3, and they'll sprinkle a little elite seasoning out there, but then why can't they just release the whole list? It's not going to be like, Julius Caesar was stabbed outside the Senate 23 times. And give me a break. Give me a break. All the things that made Rome great. It's just like America. I'm telling you, this stuff is getting harder and harder. I'm telling you, we're off to a great start for 2024. I don't know. What do you guys think in the comment section here? I'm telling you, the corruption, the hypocrisy is 6 feet deep already. It's already, I mean, I don't need to see anything else for the rest of this year. Just based on what we've seen. What are we on, Dave? We're already on day 4. We're already on day 4. And I need a new set of windshield wipers for the BS. Get you a new pair of windshield wipers, because it's going to be thick. AZ says, please, can you send that to me? Of course, there is always, of course, there's always blackspringwithautumn@gmail.com. You guys can always send me things there. But I'm just saying, nothing, it would be reassuring. I don't know if anything would be reassuring that anything was going to happen to these people. I don't. But to see the docs, I mean, what else can I say? All the world is a stage? Because it just seems like that's just what we're doing. We're just watching we're just watching, scheme after scheme. And it's just, that's it. It's just a big fat scheme. And the same cadence. Common scheme, same cadence. Different, pretty much the same scheme. And it doesn't change. I meant to do I meant to get out and do a stream earlier, days ago, because California is really serving it up. I mean, everything that was on the docket for Californians is coming out. I think it's a slow boil. They're slowly, it's a gradualistic process, a slow boil. They are gradually releasing the NWO on those people. And not to mention $20 an hour is also on the way. So you're going to see how well that goes. I think Flippy's already down the street. The robot's already making hamburgers. And I remember at Flippy's already making hamburgers. And also, by the way, this guy in the courtroom, also this Deborah Reddins, the guy and the defendant in this Clark County case that jumped over the bench at the judge, he's already got a freaking GoFundMe page. So I'm it's just this is unbelievable. I don't have to. That's why I tell you guys, you don't have to make anything up. You don't have to make it up because it's already. You couldn't make it up. You don't have to make it up because it's already there. So check it out. The kind of lunacy. Also, the guy that set up the GoFundMe page for this defendant out of Clark County. This guy's out of California, mind you. Rancho Cordova, so he's out of California. He's got a GoFundMe. So I'm telling you, it's the sympathizers and the pacifists and, okay, let me come in, let me pat you on the head. Oh, it was all this time. Oh, you think you should actually, you want to look at yourself in the mirror for 10 seconds? I love the way the judge framed. She said, have you looked at your history? But, you got people blaming her. Do I think the justice system is flawless? No. Do I think there is justice? But I'm telling you, I'm telling you, where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? Let's see. I'm gonna try to grab that link, AZ, because it gets a little persnickety from the mobile stream when I try to, if it'll throw me away from you guys. Let's see if I can make some magic happen here. But yeah, yikes. I'll be more than happy to take a look at these documents. But I'm just telling you, we are at critical mass, ladies and gentlemen. And we've been at critical mass for a long time. And it's the same players that are involved. It's the same people that got us to critical mass. It's the subtle things. It's the slow boil. It's the gradualistic process. It's the symbols that you've seen your whole life, but you didn't really know how to connect them or where they actually, how they actually got into your psyche, or why do you know this symbol? Why, I'm telling you, it's truly amazing. But I'm telling you, I think 2024 is going to be a shit show. I really do. All right, let's see. AZ says, I still skim the news, but do not dive too deeply into any one of those stories. Gotcha. And then to me, to me, it's a point of, it's a point, I have to laugh at it at this point. It's just, I think there's a fine line between comedy and tragedy. and I think the Greeks and the whole philosophy behind drama and plot, they knew it too. They knew it. They knew the same things, the exact same things. So I got you. No, I don't even believe everything that I'm seeing most of the time. Certain things just keep recurring that won't go away. But Check it out. Check out this. I'm gonna watch that GoFundMe page. I think the guy's trying to raise $100,000. This guy out of Rancho, out of California. I don't want to say Cucamonga, Rancho somewhere. Okay, he's trying to raise $100,000 for this guy's legal fees. And I don't know, did we even hear the sentence? I mean, you guys have to watch it for yourselves. I would play it for you, but I'm not in a position to do so at the moment. But you guys, when I get back to the studio, of course, I want to talk a little bit about California, about what they've gradually released. Of course, they're already offering the health care. They've already been going to the emergency rooms and everything else free of charge. So why not give them the best, right? Open society, NGOs, more to come. I mean, the culture war has been lost. Sorry, it's lost, and I'm sorry, but I just think that hey, was that not democracy? I'm telling you, like, the words that are that get thrown and buzzed out are so disingenuous. I'm just thinking that, like, we just have a really corrupt, complacent, and corrupt and complacent republic. We really do. A lazy, corrupt, and complacent republic. Because I don't, what am I doing? You might say, well, Autumn, what are you doing? What's your big mouth doing? Well, I'm on YouTube. No one's actually doing anything until they're actually doing something. But you're not going to get it. The baby doomers aren't going to do it for you. They're not. No. And meanwhile, you've got your KJP. What was it? The first press conference out of the freaking White House for the year. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. A can of cashews are $15 at the grocery store. Hi, Independent Mini United. How are you? I'm waiting on something right now. So I'm sitting in this. I'm sitting in the sun right now. But yeah, it's really bizarre. But it's not that it's not shocking. It's just that people are, I don't know. We're supporting. I just think that we're not going to be blessed with all the corruption that's going on, and it's getting thicker by the second. Someone Watchman says, "Sigh, what did they do to my $20 an hour? I think the minimum wage is on the way. Newsom, it's $20 an hour. Also, you're going to be able to, if you fail a test for being under the influence of marijuana, some call it ganja. If you get caught under the influence of that, they're not going to be able to fire you anymore. So that's on the list too. AZ, that's a smart one. So yeah, you're not going to be you're not. I think unless you work for the federal government, there's a little bit of a whatever. There's one stipulation, I think, or maybe DOT or something like you're going to be protected if you smoke Mary, ganja, tempe, whatever. If you're a smoker of these, if that's your herbal essence, then you're not going to be in trouble for that if you get caught under the influence of that on your job. That in California, $20 an hour, minimum wage. I think there's one other thing, but they're also gradually releasing other things as well. I think there's also something else that they're putting in place, is that if you're an illegal or migrant, if you are within so many miles, 75 miles of the border, from the border to the college, there's some participating colleges at this, I don't know if it's probably CSUs, you're going to be able to go to college for free. So if you cross, something about the distance between the border and I think your nearest, I guess, college, I don't know if it's CSUs or is it community colleges are participating. You guys will have to look it up and see who's participating in that. But I would imagine the CSUs are in, and definitely the CC, the California Community colleges as well. Riverside Community College is probably down for it. But yeah, but it is a shit show. It is. And I'm telling you, it's only going to get, we haven't even got started. We're 4 days this side of the whatever on this calendar that we're using. We're 4 days into 2024. And it's only going to get, I guess, get your popcorn out, I guess, is what I'm on about. Get your popcorn out on. And then, of course, there's still the mass exodus from California. I'm not, who's surprised about that? So you're able to see, I'll be able to show you guys sources for that when I get back in studio. But you'll be able to see the states in which people are going to. Of course, Washington, Texas. There's probably about 6 states, I think, that were cited that the exodus continues. The U-Haul, you can check the U-Haul stats from California to wherever. I think at one point last year or earlier this year, I think it's 1,800. If you're, I think that might be one of the bottom rates. That I don't know what the fair market rate is, but it was like, I think it's like 1,800. That's what it was several months ago. 1,800 to get a U-Haul to get your crap and get yourself and get the heck out of California. I mean, I still have tons of family still there, and you know, it's inevitable, because you're not going to be able to outrun. And then, of course, I think there's taxes and stuff that's also going to continue. Gary Gage, Independent United. Okay, can I borrow some of your popcorn? I don't have any right now. I do have a Propel. I do have a Propel to go with it. Gary Gage says historically it was 20 miles, but now they want to make it 75. Okay, look at you. Thank you. Keep me honest. Keep me honest. I welcome that around here. And Independent Mini United is still stuck in WA. I gotcha. But hey, don't, you know, keep the faith. Hang in there. I'm just saying, I'm telling you, and I think that was another one of the states. Washington State is another one of the states, I think, that's a part of the Exodus set of states that they're citing right now. But I don't know. I'm telling you, it's just, there's going to be a lot. Like I said, to me, we haven't seen anything yet. I guess that's what I'm not a betting woman. I'm not saying I'm putting money. I'm not saying I bet you we haven't seen anything yet. No, I don't need to bet anyone. No, I don't. I don't have to. Just see for yourself. Watch your headlines, you know, whichever ones you want, or whichever ones you know, to me, it's entertainment at this point. But to me, it also speaks to me things getting more dangerous, because I do think that I don't care what anybody says about Bidenomics. They're trash. What is that? That's just a fancy little, buzz phrase they came up with. Not even a phrase. Some buzzwords they came up with. But like I said, don't worry, everything's just fine. I saw the other day somebody was saying, yeah, you know, sometimes people just don't want to hear you guys patting yourselves on the back. A pack of ham hocks in the South is now $7, and last year they were about $3. You know, some ham hocks put in your black-eyed or your purple lady peas or your butter beans or your lima beans, that'll cost you about $7. Amazing, right? Let's see. Gary Gage says it was 20 miles if you were a Mexican national dial. Pretty much. Oh, no, buffering. I don't know. I'm being still, but I appreciate you guys so much for coming in and to humor me. But, I don't know. Who knows what else is going to come out. But I'm telling you, every day, I think you could probably just do the first 5 stories of the week, or of every week, are going to be amazing. It's gonna be like, you can't make this stuff up. So go check out the GoFundMe. Your nearest criminal act could be GoFunded. Your local criminal could be getting a GoFundMe. I don't know. I tell you. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I guess if anything else comes along, I will let you know. But I'll have all those liners for you very shortly. Very, very shortly. And so, I mean, here's the thing. When it comes to Newsom and the healthcare and all that, the man said like 3 years ago or two, I mean, I can probably find it again. He said he didn't want just one house, a house of the haves and the have-nots. He said it was going to be one house. So everybody's going down. Is basically what, to me, is what he's real reassuring. If he's not successful, he's trying to make sure that there's going to be one house, one poorhouse. Oh my gosh, AZ Infidel, he says, you're getting pretty good at that Southern accent. Hey, there's so many shades to Southern accents, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. But yeah, I'm telling you, it's just, look at your grocery bill, but according to Karine Jean-Pierre, there's no problem here. What are you talking about? Everything's just fine. Toy prices were cheaper for the holidays. And see, the holidays are a distraction to me. They're another distraction. While you're all out, while everybody's out unwrapping gifts and shopping and goodwill towards men and all this stuff, they're passing laws, sneaking stuff in at yours and my expense. I guess that's my bottom line. That's exactly what's going on. So, and it's not just, and then to me, they try to pit they're still talking about Abbott. Oh, they said, well, he's busing them to Chicago, and meanwhile he's flying. Come on, really? It's all a one agenda. Give me a break. Anybody that brings that participates in it is just furthering the agenda. Who cares what's the medium of freaking transportation that they use at this point? Do you really feel better that it's a plane, that it was a bus versus a plane? I don't know. It's thick, okay? Thank you, Independent Many United. I really appreciate it. It's free healthcare, yeah. Yeah, meanwhile, you got people that, you could be turned away, and you could probably be turned away from certain places I would imagine you can, in private offices. But he's going to make sure that your tax dollars are paying for it, for them. Guys, I really don't see I don't know what's going to happen. It's got to stop. I mean, it's not funny at all. But as I told you before on this channel, sometimes you have to laugh to hold back the tears. And to me, this is another example of that. But I won't keep you guys any longer. I don't have my actual sources for you right now. But of course, I have those. When I go back to studio, I will do so. All right, guys. Well, let me thank everybody that came in. I appreciate it. These are dark times, twisted times, wonky times. Gary Gage, Positively Penny, the Samoan Watchman, thank you so much. I'm Cool Paranoia, AZ Infidel. Am I missing anybody? I would hope not. This is a news blast without the links, but I'll get the links for you. I just have been away from studio in order to do it. So it's corn. I can tell you all about it. The Samoan Watchman says, can I get free lunch for adults? How about free lunch for the teachers? You know what? No thanks. I'll pass. You don't want their lunch, because I'm gonna tell you, the same distributors They're all distributing, the same people that are distributing to the restaurants are the same ones that are distributing to the schools. Crazy, right? Positively Penny, thank you so much. All right, guys. Well, I will see you guys later. Please let me know what you have in the comment section. If you want to drop me, thank you so much. I will certainly pick up these links as soon as possible. And I will get back to you guys. The weekend's coming up, so we'll see what shakes loose. We'll see what shakes. I don't know. Are you guys able? Is there any chance you guys can see anything? Hopefully they'll make they'll add some things to the. Same to you, Gary Gage. They'll add some features to. This is save highlight. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great rest of your Thursday. And Friday, I'll probably see you guys this weekend. I think this weekend will be a great time to get into some of these things with footage. Okay, guys. All right. For now, bye.